Hello everyone, how are you all? Everyone fine? I am also doing great. ICA has already released frequently asked question on new scheme of training education. Much awaited frequently asked question. We were all waiting for this fake. Now ICA has already released, and from my point of view, everyone has gone through this frequently asked question. But from my point of view, there are some major changes from what old scheme to new scheme which require highlight. I'll just give a brief analysis of these changes so that you can understand in a brief way. Now, I'll be discussing for all levels, CA foundation level, CA inter level, and CA final level, and also what are the transitional provision required from old scheme to new scheme. Let us start the discussion. The first point that, of course, in under new scheme also there are three level: foundation level, inter level, and final level. But final level will be including self-paced online examination. We'll be discussing about self-paced online examination in later part. Correct. Now, one more important that if you have any further queries after this frequently asked question, also you can write to Board of Studies at bos.nsct means nsctbos.nsct at ici.in. You can write a mail for further queries. So if you have any further query, you can write a mail in this email id. Chalega? Yes sir. Now, foundation exam, when you can register for foundation exam under new scheme, so you can register for foundation exam after passing class 10th examination. After passing class 10th examination, what is the fees is for registering the fees of CA foundation, it will be 9,000. Okay, so I'll be discussing only the point which is relevant. Now, just try to understand this. First query is that I have already registered, means you have already registered for foundation course after passing 10th examination, and presently you are in class 11. Presently you are in class 11 when you will be eligible for foundation examination under the scheme, under the new scheme of education and training. So what ICA has given a clarification that your first attempt will be June 25, which will be after passing class 12 examination. So your first attempt will be June 25 after passing your class 12 examination. Understood? Yes sir, correct. Now, second query which came that you have already registered in foundation course and presently you are in class 12. Correct. Presently you are in class 12. So when you will be eligible for foundation examination for the first attempt? The first attempt will be held in June 2024. So your first eligible attempt will be June 2024 after passing class 12 examination. Understood? Yes, sir. Now, as per the syllabus, as per the subjects are concerned, now there are four paper. There are four paper. Previously also there were four paper, but that four paper has been modified thoda sa. So now there are four paper. Paper one accounting 100 marks, paper two business law 100 marks, paper three quantitative aptitude. It will be consisting of business mathematics, LR means logical reasoning, and statistics 100 marks, and paper four business economics 100 marks. Means you can see there were two subject BCR and BCK that has been deleted. That has been deleted. Okay sir. Yes sir. Now, when are the foundation examination is going to be held? The foundation examination is going to be held two times in a year, that is June and December. So now it is fixed that foundation examination is going to be held every year June and December. Okay. Now, is there any MCQ based? So what they say, the paper 1 and paper 2 will be descriptive and paper 3 and paper 4 will be objective type. So you can see paper 1 means accounting and business law will be subjective descriptive, and paper 3 means quantitative aptitude and business economics will be what, your objective type questions. Correct. Now, whether there is any negative marks for MCQ based question or objective type question, yes, there will be negative marks. 0.25 marks will be deducted for each wrong answer. So is there any negative marks? Yes, there is a negative marks of 0.25 marks for every wrong answer in objective type paper. Means paper 1 paper 2 no negative marks, only paper 3 paper 4 there will be some negative mark in foundation level. This is foundation level I am discussing. Correct. Now, what is the passing criteria for foundation examination? It remains same, 40% in each paper, and in aggregate you need to score what, 50% in all paper. Understood? In aggregate means in total you need to score what, 50%. The passing criteria remain same. Now, what is the validity period for student registration in foundation course? The validity period for registration in foundation course is 4 years from the first eligible attempt in foundation examination. So the validity period is 4 years. Correct. Now, whether the revalidation, can you revalidate it to no revalidation is permitted under foundation level. No revalidation is permitted. Understood? Yes, sir. Now coming to intermediate course. Intermediate course, once again you can join intermediate course through two route, either from foundation examination or direct entry also. So you can either join intermediate course through foundation route or through direct entry route. Direct entry route means after doing graduation or post graduation. Correct now. The rules remain same only. So I'm not discussing this point. You can read by your own about the direct entry route. Now, what is the fees for intermediate course? This is not relevant, but only I'm just discussing this point because this is given in frequently asked question. The fees for intermediate course will be now 18,000. Correct. Now, what can you appear for one group under intermediate course? Means I wish to appear in one of the group of intermediate examination at a time. Can I register for one group? So what they have given that you can write one group, but you need to register for both group only. This is one point you need to understand. You can appear in one group of intermediate examination at a time, but you need to register for both group of intermediate course. So registration cannot be group wise. Registration should be entire intermediate course, but you can appear either group 1 or group 2 at one time. Yes, sir. Now about the paper. So of course there is some changes in paper. What are the papers under intermediate course? You can see group 1, group 2. Initially there was, means previously there was 8 papers. Now 8 paper has been reduced to what? 6 paper. So you can see paper 1 advanced accounting. So now there is no accounting. All are advanced accounting. 100 marks paper advanced accounting. Paper 2 corporate and other law. So it will be corporate and other law. Paper 3 taxation including income tax law and goods and service tax. Each of 50 marks, 50 marks. Got it? So 50 marks. Direct tax 50 marks, GST. Group 2 paper 4 cost and management accounting, paper 5 auditing and ethics, and paper 6 financial management and strategic management. You can see section A is FM, section B is SM. Strategic management 50 marks each. So what are the two subjects which has been deleted? One EIS has been deleted, one economics has been deleted. Economics for finance has been deleted. So these two subjects which were in old scheme, now it has been deleted. Okay, so it has been reduced, and one, there were two paper in accounting, accounting advanced accounting, that is reduced to only one account, that is advanced accounting. So the 8 paper now become what? 6 paper. Chalega? Yes, sir. Now what about the examination pattern? So of course examination pattern will also is going to change now. In each paper, paper 1 to paper 6, now 30 marks will be objective type and 70 marks will be what? Subjective, means descriptive type. So you can see 30% will be case scenario, case study based MCQ question. MCQ question, it is based on case study, means now conceptual understanding is required. Means if you are doing only, and if you are only learning the subject without conceptual studies, then it might happen you will find difficulty in answering MCQ based question, because that MCQ based are case scenario, case study based questions. Understood? And 70% descriptive question. Now whether one question arises whether there is any negative marks in MCQs, to one relaxation they have given under intermediate course as well as final course, there is no negative marks for MCQs. So you can see there is no negative marking MCQ based question for intermediate examination as well as final examination. Now, what is the passing criteria? Once again remains same, 40% in each paper and 50% aggregate you need to score. Correct now. This remains same only. Now, what about exemption? The exemption rules also remain same. If you are getting 60% or more than 60% in any paper, you will be exempted from that paper for three, means only for what? If you score to, this will be exempted for what? For the immediately next three following examination. Next three following examination. So this exemption will remain for next three following examination, means any subsequent examination that paper it will be exempted, and then in the remaining paper you will score, each paper you need to score 40% in aggregate, including that exempted paper you need to score by 50%. But if you want to opt that, means if you want to continue the exemption after three examination, are you getting? After three following examination, if you want to opt that exemption, means if you want that, you want to continue that exemption, then you can opt for that also. Correct? What they want to say, if the student is not able to pass in the state group in the following three attempts and has exhausted the exemption granted to him, the student may opt for continuing the state exemption to the subsequent examination, provided he shall be required to obtain a minimum of 50% marks in each of the remaining paper or papers in of that group. Means then for remaining paper they need to score minimum of 50 marks. Are you getting what I'm saying? This excluding that exempted paper, in aggregate then it score what, 50% marks, then it can be continued. Otherwise you may opt that you don't want to continue that exemption, then the same rules will be applicable. Got it? Yes sir. What is the validity period of student registration in intermediate course? It will be validate. It will be valid. The validity period will be 5 years from the date of registration of intermediate course. It will valid for 5 years. Of course, you can revalidate it. Means revalidation is permitted under intermediate course. Revalidation was not permitted under foundation course. So revalidation permitted only for what, intermediate course, only once, means one time revalidation is permitted after paying a fees of what, 400. Correct now. But of course we'll be able to pass intermediate exam before 5 year only, that is means revalidation I don't think so. This is an important point for you. Correct? Okay sir. Now coming to final course. Now once again final course will be now including self-paced online exam also. Correct? We'll be discussing about self-paced online examination. But what is the fees for registering final course? So now it become 22,000. And how many papers are there? So once again 8 paper has been now modified to 6 papers. So 2 papers has been deleted in this final course also, that we were knowing about this. What are the 6 paper? Paper 1 financial reporting, paper 1 financial reporting, paper 2 advanced financial management. The name has been changed from strategic financial management to what? Advanced financial management. Paper 3 advanced auditing, assurance and professional ethics. Paper 4 direct tax law and international taxation. Paper 5 indirect tax law, and a new subject has been included. Means now there is no elective paper, one new subject has been included. Paper 6 integrated business solution. Integrated business solution, this will be an open book exam. Means paper 1 to paper 5 will be closed book examination, and paper 6 will be open book examination. Means you will be required to carry the books, and this will be a case study based examination. Correct now. So integrated business solution, multiple disciplinary case study and strategic management. So what will be the content of this particular subject, you will understand when you go through what ICI study matter regarding this subject. Okay sir? Yes sir. Now when I can appear for final examination, when you can appear for final examination under new scheme. So what is the rule? You need to register for the final course. You register for the final course. You need to complete practical training, means articleship. You need to complete practical training 6 months before the first day of month in which the examination is to be held. Means after completing practical training for 6 months, you can appear for the examination. To have completed practical training 6 months before the first day of the month in which examination is going to be held. And of course you need to successfully completed advanced integrated course on information technology and soft skills. We call it what? Advanced ICITS. Correct? Yes sir. And you have also qualified all the 4 self-paced online examinations. So you need to qualify all the self-paced online examination also. Chalega? Yes sir. So this is the, to appear for final examination you need to complete all these things. Chalega? Now what is this syllabus? Syllabus is already given. You can download this link and you can go through entire syllabus. Of course I'll be discussing about a syllabus of financial reporting in detail. Chalega? Yes sir. What are the examination pattern? Once again similar to CA intermediate, 30 marks MCQ based question will be asked, and 70 marks, 70% of marks will be what? uh, it will be what? Subjective question, means descriptive question. Chalega? Once again here no negative marks for MCQs. The one relaxation, I will say big relaxation, it is there is no what, no negative marks for MCQs. Correct? Already I discussed that paper 6, that is integrated business solution, will be open book based examination. However all other papers will be closed book examination. Understood? Yes sir. Got it? Yes sir. Now coming to once again the criteria of scoring exemption, passing criteria will remain same as in CA intermediate. Means exemption rules and what, passing rules are same only, that I'm not going to discuss again. Yeah. Now coming to practical training, practical training. Of course, there is a changes in practical training. So after passing both the group of intermediate examination, now you need to pass both the group of intermediate examination to start practical training. So you need to pass group 1 as well as group 2, then only you can start your articleship. After passing both the group of intermediate examination and successfully completing 4 weeks of integrated course on what, information technology and soft skill, you can now commence practical training. This is the requisite for joining articleship. Now articleship will be from what, 2 years, means it has been reduced from 3 year to 2 year. In this 2 year you can also take industrial training. Means what, you can also go for industrial training in this particular 2 year. So industrial training is for a period of 9 months to 12 months, minimum 9 months, maximum 12 months. Out of 2 year, 9 months to 12 months can be industrial training permitted during the last part of 2 year of practical training. Means last year you can go for what, industrial training. How many leaves will be permitted? To leave permitted has been also reduced. The article assistant would be permitted to take only 12 leave in each year of practical training. Means 12 plus 12 means 24 leaves are granted. Got it? ICITSS and advanced ICDC you can go through by your own. I am not discussing now. The major point, self-paced online module. This is the major changes for CA final student. We need to understand this. So of course now there will be four set, means there will be four paper under self-paced online module. You can see as the name suggests, you can write this examination as per your own pace. Means there is no date for this examination. You can write the examination as per your own pace. Understood? So self-paced online module is a course which a student can learn and qualify at his or her own pace after registering final course. Means you are not supposed to register for this online examination separately. Once you are registered for final course, automatically you are registered for self-paced online examination. Now there are four paper in this: set A, set B, set C, set D. Correct? Now what are these set A? So set A and set B are mandatory. You can say set A is corporate and economic law. Corporate and economic law. Set B is strategic cost and performance management. So you can see costing subject has been deleted and has been has been transferred to what? This self-paced online examination. Similarly, law paper has been deleted and has been transferred to what? This self-paced online examination. So corporate and economic law and strategic cost and performance management will be mandatory under what? Self-paced online examination. But set C and set D are elective papers. Means they have given many. You can see in set C, you need to only choose one out of 10 paper. Similarly, in set D, which is multidisciplinary, you need to choose one out of what, 4 paper. You can choose one as per your requirement, as per your understanding. You can choose one. Correct? Yes, sir. Now, the next point, what is the next point? What is the level of understanding? So for set A and set B, what they are saying, expert knowledge is required. Even though it is self-based, but from the word expert knowledge means you can pass only by getting some expert knowledge. But set C and set D, only what, working knowledge is required. Means from my point of view, set C and set D, that exam will be not so much difficult. But set A and set B, because they said expert knowledge, the question can be difficult also. Correct? From this we can understand this only because they have given a distinction between expert knowledge and working knowledge. Understood? Yes, sir. So this you need to understand. For passing the examination, it will be 50 marks. You need to get in each paper. The 50 marks in that module you need to score to pass that particular examination. There is no negative marks in self-paced online modules. Also, there is no negative marks in this. Means negative marks is only in foundation level, at entry level, intermediate level, in final level. In self-paced online examination, there is no negative marks. There is no negative marks. Okay, sir? Yes, sir. Now this business accounting, this you can read by your own. This is not uh, related right now. Now coming to transitional provision. When I am coming to transitional provision, there are two important questions which is coming in the mind about the exemption. Whether exemption which has been scored in old scheme, whether it can be transferred under new scheme. First, second, about a practical training. If you have started practical training under old scheme, now whether it will be reduced to 2 year under new scheme if you transfer from old scheme to new scheme. This is a transitional provision. Correct? This you can do. These two important questions which I will focus, that we need to understand. To what ICI has said that whether group wise or paper wise exemption be granted under the new scheme if a candidate has passed a group or has acquired an exemption in a paper under old scheme of education and training. Correct? The requisite exemption would be granted under new scheme of education. Means if you pass group 1, so of course it will be considered that you have passed group 1 under new scheme. If you have availed one exemption under group 1, so that exemption will be also carry forwarded. But for that, detail has not been given. means how you will avail that exemption, that is not given. So for further detail and announcement in this regard will be made separately. Means for this detail has not been given, so you need to wait for this detail. Understood? So one thing is clear, that group wise as well as paper wise exemption will be available under new scheme. But what will be the process of that, that is not given in this frequently asked question. For that you need to wait for further announcement by the ICI. Correct? Second more important question is about practical training, that I have already commenced, means student have already commenced practical training of 3 year under the old scheme. Will my practical training get reduced to 2 year after implementation of new scheme? So they said no. If you have already started practical training of 3 year, because you have already done one contractual agreement with the principal chartered accountant, now this 3 year will not be reduced to 2 year, and the clarification has been given. What they have given, since you have already come in practical training of 3 year under the old scheme, after signing the articleship deed with the principal for the said duration, you need to continue undergo 3 year practical training. Means now it cannot be reduced to 2 years. So already if you have done started articleship under old scheme, so it will not be reduced to 2 year under new scheme. Means you can transfer from old scheme to new scheme for examination, but your practical training will be 3 year only as it was in old scheme. Understood? Now one doubt will come about the examination. Just try to understand. Suppose you pass group 1 under old scheme, you pass group 1 under old scheme, so what about group 2 under new scheme? One doubt will be this. So what they are saying, since you have passed group 1 of final examination under old scheme, you would have already undergone that advanced ICITSS. Okay, you will be required to appear group 2 of final examination under new scheme of education and training. You would be exempted, you would be exempted to qualify self-paced online modules set A, set C and set D. Means you are not supposed to write any self-paced online examination of set A, means economic law, because already in group 1 you have written law examination and that you have passed. So set A will be exempted and set C and set D will be also exempted. You can apply for membership, means you need to pass group 2 under new scheme, which you can apply for membership only after passing group 2 examination under new scheme. Passing self-paced module set B, means costing paper you need to pass under what, self-paced module, and completion of balance period of practical training. Practical training balance period means 3 year balance period of practical training. Understood? Yes sir. Now if you pass group 2, if you have passed group 2 under old scheme, now you can write group 1 under new scheme, so you can avail membership. Means in this case you are exempted from set B, set C and set D of self-paced online examination. Understood? Means you are exempted because already under group 2 you have written costing examination, therefore you are exempted from set B, and set C and set D also you are exempted. Now coming to when you can avail the membership, you can apply for membership after passing what, after passing group 1 examination. This would be group 1 examination, and after passing self-paced module set A. Set A means corporate and economic law, means law paper, and completion of balance period of practical training if any. So these are the some queries which were coming in your mind. I think now it is resolved. So about exemption you got clarity. Exemption further details will come by ICI. About self-paced module you have understood. If you pass group 1, what about group 2? If you pass group 2, what about group 1 under new scheme? That also you have understood. And of course about practical training, they are very much clear that you are not supposed to now do 2 year, you need to complete 3 year articleship if you have already registered articleship under old scheme. Got it? Yes sir. I think overall you have got an idea. Got it? So these are the some frequently asked questions which from my point to be a clarification was required, and I hope you have understood overall. Correct? Now if you have some more queries you can write in the comment box. I will just come out 1 second to give a clarification regarding that. Now about the F of financial reporting and about advanced accounting in CA Inter. About financial reporting in CA final and about advanced accounting in CA Inter. What are the syllabus, what are changes syllabus, I will make a separate video for that. So wait for that. I hope you understood, but I just want to inform that yes, advanced accounting, there are major changes because now two accounting has been has been converted into one accounting, correct now. But in financial reporting there is no much changes, correct. So that much relaxation I can give, but I will just come out with one more video about what financial reporting. Till then, bye bye, take care, enjoy remaining day. I hope you have liked this video. Bye bye, take care, enjoy your remaining day. Bye bye.